We're starting deep in Tuxedo Park, the crown jewel of Buckhead. If Atlanta's got a billionaire's row, this is it. Gated estates sit behind iron fences and pine trees tall enough to block the truth. This ain't your everyday southern suburb. This is wealth, generational, strategic, and most importantly, quiet. You can't just stumble into Tuxedo Park. This place was designed to be invisible from the outside, but once you're in a world built for legacy. No flashing lights, no loud Lambos on the corner, just old money wrapped in southern elegance. But before we get too comfortable, let's talk about how Buckhead got here. This part of Atlanta traces its roots back to the 1800s. What started as a hunting ground turned into a getaway for the elite. Over time, Buckhead morphed from countryside to corporate, from farmland to fortress. By the mid-1900s, it had already cemented itself as the city's wealth capital. Mansions, private schools, country clubs where power gets passed down like heirlooms. And Tuxedo Park? That's the top of the food chain. Some of the most powerful names in Georgia have called these streets home. Governors, CEOs, Coca-Cola heirs, and more recently, new age moguls cashing in on tech, finance, and real estate. There's history here, but there's also evolution. Take a look around and you'll see homes that feel more like embassies than residences. Stone facades, manicured lawns the size of football fields, and driveways that wind so far back you could get lost before hitting the front door. These homes don't just say money, they whisper influence. But Buckhead isn't just Tuxedo Park, it's a mosaic of high-end living. You've got places like Chastain Park, where equestrian centers meet quiet luxury, or West Pace's Ferry, a corridor where the lines between mansion and museum get blurry. And then there's Buckhead Village, where high-end retail meets rooftop lounges, and the nights hum with money disguised as leisure. But here's what keeps people watching: the contrast. Drive 20 minutes south and you're in Bankhead. Head west and you're brushing up against the edges of Southwest Atlanta, places with a different rhythm, a different story, and a different kind of fight. Places where the sidewalks crack and the schools are underfunded. The distance is short, but the gap is massive. That's Atlanta's quiet secret. This city's built on extremes. Buckhead thrives on being polished, but don't let the calm fool you. This place is political. Zoning laws, real estate wars, private security patrols. It's all calculated. And recently, there's even been talk of secession. That's right. Buckhead tried to break off from Atlanta altogether. Why? Power, control, autonomy. When you have money like this, you want to write your own rules. And then there's the crime narrative. People point to rising incidents and try to pin it on the city. But what they don't say is that much of Buckhead's security state is self-made. From gated drives to private police, this community isn't waiting on help. It is the help. But it's not all spreadsheets and legacy families. Buckhead's also had its share of culture, flashy, fast, and sometimes messy. Rappers, athletes, and reality TV royalty have poured millions into the zip code. Atlanta's hip-hop elite roam this area heavily. They shop here, party here, and in some cases, live here. That blend of old money and new fame gives Buckhead an edge other wealthy enclaves just don't have. This is the part of Atlanta where trap stars brush shoulders with trust fund babies, where Rolls Royces share intersections with Hellcats, and where the line between southern charm and urban heat starts to blur. But through all the glitz, the thing that makes Buckhead so magnetic is the illusion of peace. Everything is manicured, curated, controlled. Even the chaos is expensive. You won't see street hustlers here. You'll see luxury real estate agents and Range Rovers. You won't hear gunshots. You'll hear gardeners trimming hedges and kids getting dropped off at $30,000 a year private schools. The crime doesn't disappear here. It just doesn't have a key to the gate. And as you coast through these winding roads, you realize Buckhead isn't loud. It doesn't have to be. Power moves in silence here. It sips bourbon, not bottles. It signs checks, not autographs. This is Buckhead. Old Atlanta money meets new Atlanta status, where the trees hide fortunes, where the mansions speak louder than the people inside them, and where wealth isn't flexed, it's assumed.